back. You are now a staple of the partnership and the family, as are the cats. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
Now, previously on previous shows, we had a bit of like an introduction to all things Story & Sons. We're sort of moving into other products. We're going to come to the sensory animals in just a second. They're on the show, don't worry about that. But what are the sort of new products we haven't seen before that you're bringing this evening?
So we've got talking kitchen scale and easy to see measuring jug here. We've got a light to show you a little bit later that is designed to help illuminate trip hazards in people's houses.
It's coming up in just a second.
This is for getting up in the night, basically. We call it the get up in the night light. As I say, we can come back to that.
We will do. I'll pop that down there. What else is next to you on the table? Just a quick overview.
And here we've got some talking clocks. One talking button clock. This is kind of designed to be quite sort of stationary and to be in people's houses. And then we've got a more portable version here, the talking keychain.
So there's plenty for you. They've all got their own little shortcut codes to purchase via Facebook and Instagram, whether you're watching via Story & Sons, Shop Unlimited Live, my craft page as well, of course. But you can see the full range on our website, shopunlimitedlive.com. Even the range that we're not going to show you in this show, for example, lots of the animals are available for you. We're going to start off on all things jug, though. That's the code for it, Shop Jug. You can see it on the screen. That's where you type in the comments, we build your basket for you, and away you go. But they're all designed to help people, right? So what sort of customer base are we talking about?
So if we take the talking kitchen scale and jug, for example, this is a product for people with visual impairments.
Okay.
The lights and the talking clocks as well, but time orientation is also really good for people with memory loss. So when we first brought these two products to market, we designed them for people living with visual impairments, but we found that quite often they're being purchased a lot also by people living with memory loss, whether it's dementia, Alzheimer's, brain injury.
So incredibly useful for you or a loved one, for example. Straight away with the jug, by the way, which I absolutely adore. I can see there's a big screen, we'll show you in a minute.
It is 436 grams.
That is brilliant. I hope you could hear that at home. I'm just going to take the candle out and lift it up because there's a lovely big screen on here, which also helps, doesn't it?
Yeah.
There we go, so you can spy that on you. And you were saying to me before the show, I know you can see it just censoring on there, is the scales and the jug you're getting home. But you can actually do your liquids in here as well as whatever you're measuring. It could be cereals, it could be for health reasons, right?
Yeah, so if you press the button on the other side, our right-hand side, the unit button, if you press that, it can move to millilitres.
Yep.
Press it again. So that's ounces, pounds and ounces.
It is 0.001 pints.
Brilliant.
It also does fluid ounces, grams.
I'll see if you've got your memory coming for the next one.
Milliliter.
And we're back round.
Ounce.
Excellent. And then so you can say you could be pouring liquids in this if you're baking or whatever you're up to. But I really enjoy it. And listen, I've been raiding the studio with other stuff going through. I guess it depends what you're pouring in there, of course.
It is 1 pound and 1.9 ounces.
How intuitive. Spectacular, isn't it? I guess that jug could also be used for... that's a lot of gravy I can get in there, Ollie.
Yeah. So there's a few kind of design points around the jug. You've got the easy grip handle there, and it's got a nice wide base, so it doesn't get knocked over easily.
Yep.
That base fits perfectly on the scales as well.
Oh, it's sort of just like... It's almost got like a lip going round, yeah?
Yeah. You can use any bowl on top of that scales or any jug, but this one's kind of designed to be really nice and stable on it. And then on the spout, you can see there's a little indent.
Yeah, you see that?
So if you're, for example, if you were pouring into this vessel here, you've got that point of reference for you can lean it on there. So maybe elderly people or people suffering with arthritis may have weak wrists, and like you said, this can hold a lot of gravy, so it's could be quite heavy. So it has that aspect of being able to lean, but it's also somebody who's completely blind or has a bad visual impairment can actually find where they're pouring into and have that kind of that physical point of reference and feel where it is, so that they're not gonna miss the vessel that they're pouring into.
I think little things like this is what the more of your range that I experience and get to touch and hold and try. By the way, if you can hear cats, you're right. There are 3 cats on the set as well, which are very much sensory for all sorts of different reasons. But how useful it is, not just, of course, if you're living with any sort of anything you're living with at all, but actually for the whole family. It could be for the younger members of the family, right? If you're baking with the kids, for example, like, that's going to be easier for them to pour. I think the handle thing for me is so much easier, rather than like, it's open-ended right on one side, so you can get your hand in there if you want to. It could be 2 hands if you need to. So little elements like that. And then once you have following a recipe or tracking a health or certain grams or...
0.767 pints.
That's how many pints you get in a candle. There you go. I personally do measure everything about how much gravy it is, but that's completely up to you, of course. Nevertheless, right, if you want to get hold of the jug, I know we'll come back to it. You just type in the comments, shop jug on Facebook or Instagram, and then we will build your basket for you, and then we'll send you a link saying you're ready to check out. You check out when you're ready. You can, of course, still watch this live or repeated on YouTube, which is via our Facebook page, and website, which is shopunlimitedlive.com. Can we talk the button?
Yes.
Is that all right? Going on to the button now. Again, brilliant saving on this, £5 off on the button. And I feel like the button is something that you could have several, one in each room if you wanted to.
Yeah, definitely. So anywhere you would have a clock. If you can't see a clock, you need some point of reference for the time, so the button is perfect for that.
The time is 4:18 p.m.
So first press tells you the time.
The date is December 2nd, Monday.
Second press tells you the date and the day of the week as well.
So, of course, you can set it for whatever date and time it is where you are, which is wonderful. But I think, like, the mobility of it, is it, like, battery-powered or charged up, or...?
Yeah, 2 AA batteries. It's got a, I don't know if you can see there, it's got a little volume wheel on the side. So you can...
There it is, yeah.
Turn the volume down.
The time is 4:18 p.m.
Or right up, and it's really clear and easy to understand. Nice loud voice as well. Quite often, talking products have synthetic voices in or American accents in when they're in England, and it was really important for us that we put our own voices in. You might notice it's the same voice in all of these products. It's actually my father's voice.
Is it?
So it's
oh, what a...
The time is 4:19 p.m.
Has he ever done storytelling? Any audiobooks?
Not that I'm aware of.
Mr. Storks is very clear and concise. I love it. That's really cool. So again, it's like, I guess, familiarity through all 3, and then you know it's your one as well after all.
Yeah.
It's £15. This can make a huge difference. We've spoken previously with your team, for example, Jodie, saying about how much little elements like this can give someone maybe a bit of independence, a little bit more confidence about what they're doing, whether it is visual, like you were saying, or it's a hearing impairment or mobility issues. A big button like that on your bedside table when you wake up. First of all, is it uptime?
The time is 4:20 p.m.
Now that might be 4:20 a.m. So you know it's back to sleep time, right?
Yeah, and it's got an alarm in there as well, so you can use it as an alarm clock.
Here we go. So if it's for you or somebody else, just type in shop button. It's a talking button clock for £15. You can still, whatever the price point, divide the cost interest-free with Klarna if you wish to. So that'd be £5 today plus your P&P. As we're on the issue, on the theme of talking clocks, should we go to the keychain? This is another one.
Yeah.
The most affordable item on the show. It's almost like Secret Santa or a little Christmas present to someone, if you like. Shop key, Ollie.
So this is talking keychain. We call it the Talking Time Pal. You can take it anywhere with you. Nice, easy to see button there. You can feel that button as well. It's tactile, which is important for somebody with a visual impairment. So if I just press that.
The time is 4:20 p.m. The date is December 2nd, Monday.
Exactly the same as the talking button clock in the way first press tells you the time, second press tells you the date and the day of the week. The process for setting them up is exactly the same as well. Only difference being on the Talking Time Pal, we've got 2 buttons on the back. That's to stop if it's in your pocket, accidentally press one button and then the time gets set wrong. So
Okay.
there's much less likelihood of two buttons being pressed at the same time. So to set the time or the date or to change any of the settings, we just press the two buttons at the same time.
Set hour.
And then use the top button to...
5:06, 07 o'clock
Right.
PM.
Same with the minutes.
Set minute. 22, 23, 24.
And all the way through to the day of the week, the year.
That's brilliant.
And there's 3 alarms in this as well, so ideal for medication reminders.
Is it the sort of thing then, because we see key change, think, okay, it's going to go on my keys, quite stereotypical, like when you're driving or out and about, your house keys. But this could be something that goes on my bag, I guess. Maybe I've got like a handbag or something that I take everywhere. It could live in my pocket, my jacket pocket the whole time, that jacket that I always wear when I go out with the dog or whatever it is. It doesn't have to be on your keys, is my kind of point. Like, it just be a mobile time unit, right?
Yeah.
Much like a watch, I know, on your wrist, but you can hear it.
Yeah, like a pocket clock.
Yeah, yeah. Really, look, it's $9.99. That is all. Thank you to Ollie for all of these prices you're getting on Shop Unlimited Live. And actually, I know we're going to move on to the light in just a second, but you mentioned your dad. This is very much a family business, right? But it was not your dad, was it your granddad?
Yeah.
And was it always, was Story and Sons always products like this, or was it different retail areas, or?
No, we started off developing science equipment for UK secondary schools.
Okay.
And then that led into selling clocks to schools. And the clocks had to be nice and big and bold and easy to see at a distance. And we found that people were then purchasing our clocks for visual impairment, and that led to a relationship with visual impairment charities, and then we kind of over time specialised in that area, and then visual impairment through the clocks being purchased for people with memory loss kind of led us into developing products for people living with memory loss and various disabilities. And then over the 40 years that we've been established, we've kind of this has become a kind of a niche for us.
I think it's really well. I wasn't aware where, like, these items were a thing available. They were developed for me. I didn't realise that the history and the pedigree you guys have got in making sure you get the right products that can really help the right people. It's really interesting that niche, you say, from schools into the clocks and all the reasons for the design, then going into helping at home, wherever we're living with, or whether it's a family member affected by. I think it's really, really welcome addition to our homes. Obviously, whether it's a Christmas present, but not just in certain gift-giving scenarios. It helps someone's day easier, confidence. Hence, like with the cats and things, their companionship. It's a little outlay, I think, monetary-wise, for the duration, the longevity, I guess, is what I'm trying to say, of the help that you give.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, some of these products are quite affordable. So if we take the talking Time Pal, for instance,
on the screen.
That is $9.99 today, isn't it? So for $9.99, that gives somebody the ability to orientate themselves on what day of the week it is, what time it is. A lot of peace of mind for not just that person, but maybe for family members as well who worry about that person not turning up to appointments, or maybe have phone calls constantly asking what the time is or what day it is.
It's incredibly...
Time is 7:28 PM.
There we go, we've jumped forward 3.5 hours, but you get the point. You can send it to wherever you need today's date, for example. There's one more new item to show you, which is all things light, but not forgetting you can view the whole range on shopunlimitedlive.com if you want to. We will come to the cats. If you want to get hold of the sensory cats, we've got 3 different options: Tux, Mitts and Tabby behind us. The light of which we're going to have to turn the studio lights off, so everybody, no running, skipping, chasing. Rich? Okay, good. Talk us around the light, Ollie, because you were saying it's like was it like a finding thing or getting up in the night thing?
Yeah, so we call this the get up in the night light, and I'll just turn it on. So it's a really bright light that is designed to go along, maybe around skirting boards, maybe under a bed, or in the bathroom, and it illuminates in low light conditions when movement's sensed. So
Could be the cats.
yeah, so one good thing about that is the batteries last for ages because it's only coming on for 30 seconds when it senses movement. But if we've got these under your bed and maybe along a corridor to the bathroom, then as soon as that foot comes down in the night, it's enough movement to illuminate this, and then you can see any trip hazards on the floor.
A bit like on an aeroplane.
Yeah, very much like that, yeah.
Like, I know, Ollie, I know you've got your own aeroplane. I have too. Rich has an aeroplane. We've all got aeroplanes. Obviously, that's a joke. But the fact is, like, to really guide your way to, like, bathrooms, particularly at night, and not turning the big lights on. And again, you haven't got to be visually impaired. I'd say any home, especially with little ones, like children, like learning to potty or what they want to come in your room, and there's stairs nearby, and you've got the baby gate and that kind of thing. But actually, for them to find their own way and navigate around at night time, it's so important.
Yeah, definitely, and also people with mobility issues. So if there's an elderly family member who's not picking their feet up brilliantly anymore, maybe not a diagnosed condition, but just maybe susceptible to tripping.
Yeah.
Then if they're coming to stay for Christmas, then some of these around the house would be a great addition.
Like illuminating where their bedroom is or up the stairs. I even think maybe you've got a shed or a garage or store things under things, and you want to have in a cupboard that you're looking for the spices at the back that you only get out every Christmas. Where's the mulled wine from last year? We'll eke another glass out of that. It could be right at the back of a cupboard or something, right? So when you put your hand in or open up a movement, it still turns on.
Yeah.
It could be and you can see how fine it is as well. So again, you mentioned the first thing you said was up against a skirting board or a walkway or in the nap of the stairs, etc. Extremely, extremely useful. And we thank Ollie for the prices. £10 today. That is it. You can divide the cost if you wish. It is a get up in the night light, motion sensor light. Again, to shop on Facebook or Instagram, just put shop light. That's all you need to do. Just comment and then we will build your basket for you. Or of course, watch us on YouTube, on our own website, shopunlimitedlive.com, where you can see the full range of these and lots of the other ones that you've brought us in previous shows and lots of the cats and things that are coming up. Speaking of which, can we quickly talk cats?
Yep.
I'm going to talk Tabby. There's different ones. You can see them under the table there. We've got Tux, we've got Mitts. They're all on the website. This is another one, Shop Tabby, just to very quickly talk. This was a whole sensory thing. Talk to me around the benefits of these, because they have changed lives.
Yeah, so the Joy for All cats are ideal for people who can no longer look after animals. So whether it's somebody in a care home or maybe they have mobility issues and can't look after a cat anymore, or memory issues and it's the feeding that's the issue. These just provide that companionship.
Like, you could probably hear them meowing during that last show. Just give you a little nod, like, I'm here, you know, I'm still part of the family. Now I've started touching and stroking and grooming. There's movement, rolling over, tickling tummies, blinking, moving their ears, as you can spy, moving their head. There we go. Okay, your tummy here. This is really reassuring. It actually gives me something to... It's real comfort for me, actually.
Yeah, definitely. And anybody that... I think a lot of people, even though these are initially designed for elderly people, a lot of people are buying these for children. Maybe children who are just not old enough to have pets yet, but really want to have pets.
Absolutely. There's one thing, it looks like it could be very ornamental. It could not be touched and on a sofa or on the top of on a special chair where the previous cat that isn't with us anymore used to live. I get it. But the fact they purr and they interact with you, and you can shut them down or you can mute them, I understand that as well. That is the game changer and why they are so popular globally. Tabby is what I've got in my hand right here. Shop Tabby to get hold of yours. I know you've got Tux in your hand. Ollie, just to quickly give the details of Tux, which could be the exact cat you used to have, right?
Yeah. Yeah, we find a lot of people buy the same colour as what the cat they had when they were younger. So the orange Tabby is extremely popular.
Well, I've just popped Tabby down. So you can see Tux on the screen there, Shop Tux. The final one in my hands now, I've just swapped over, is Mitts, which is the silver and white. Like I say, I know my friend Ian used to breed like ragdoll cats.
Okay.
Looked exactly like this one. So I like the idea that a big appeal of ragdolls is like obviously the colour, but the actual grooming of them and keeping them perfect. So if you'd rather go for this colour, all three of them are in stock for you. Hello, and we're going to roll over as well. Why not? There we go. And again, these are battery powered, right?
Yeah, they take one C-type battery, and if we were to stop interacting with these in a few minutes, they would kind of go into kind of a reduced kind of battery usage, and then kind of go into a sleep mode. Best to switch them off when you're not using them, but they do kind of limit the battery use themselves.
So at bedtime, turn them off, and then when you're up in the morning, put them in your favourite chair so you don't forget to turn them back on again. And then all day you've got some company there. If you want to go for mitts, shop mitts, or on the website shopunlimitedlive.com. I know a lot of you will be there because if you love these and you love the idea and it can help all sorts of family members or you, I know you're going to want to go look for the other things as well, or part of that same transaction. Why not? Shop mitts. Right, I'm going to pop her or him under there. They will be purring away, I've got no doubt. But we're going to go back. Now, the jug and the scales turned itself off because I heard it say off. How do you turn it back on? What do I need to know about this?
Turn it back on. We can just press the on button here.
Power on.
And there's a tear button there as well if you wanted to use different bowls or weigh something directly onto the pad here. Like we just said with the cats and with the get up in the night light.
Yep.
This will turn itself off so that you don't need to remember to save the batteries by turning the power off.
I'm really intrigued. So the very first thing we showed you, and it's all ready to go, right? So if I put a weight in there, it'll talk to me.
Yep.
The first thing we showed you just now was popping a weight. It could be liquid, could it be milk?
It is 0.767 pints.
Now, obviously, that's solid, not a liquid, but you get the idea. Like, you heard it go through grams and ounces and pints and liquid, etc.
Fluid ounce. It is 15.34 fluid ounces. Gram. It is 436 grams.
I love how it's instantly the same weight, the same thing you've popped in there. It just knows already. I'm going to take it out and reset it and go from there. But then when you were showing me the jug design, it's not just a jug that fits nicely on there, which it does, but there's special features about the jug too, right?
Yeah, so we've got the easy grip handle. For anybody with slight dexterity issues, that's just really nice and easy to grip. The nice big bold lettering on the fluid ounces and millilitres that side, and then we've got millilitres and pints on this side. And then on the spout, we've got this little indent here, which gives that point of reference for anybody with a visual impairment to be able to...
I don't understand why every spout doesn't have that.
Rest on...
Every single one. Even wine bottles should have that.
Definitely wine bottles. If you just have a go with that, Dan, you can feel how easy it just sits in place.
So if I couldn't see it very well, or just like bring it to it and then just drops in, doesn't it? We've all tried to pour something from something and then it runs down here and goes down the bottom there, for example, just leaving that on. And I liked actually when you were saying if it's visual, right, you can almost feel that to the edge, so you know it's in contact. And I also know that that is the bit in there as well. So just a tiny little thing, but can make the world of difference, make someone more confident when pouring a drink for themselves, when baking, when, I guess also for, if it's a health kick, for example, and or maybe you say you do bake and you're making sure the right amount of foods go into there, the right amount of cereal you're popping in, the certain amount of grams of this that you want to intake, you still take advantage of that.
Yeah, and so dogs, obviously, a lot of people weigh their dog's feed out.
Yes.
When we take these to, there's several visual impairment shows around the country called Sight Village.
Yeah.
And when we take these there, as soon as the dogs hear the voice, the guide dogs, they absolutely love it because they have their food weighed out in these. So that's quite a nice kind of
what a little
interaction.
Lovely trigger that is.
Yeah.
How funny. So the second you, I guess it must be the same with the...
The time is 4:36 p.m.
Same voice here?
Yeah, but more, they can seem to be really able to tell that it's the talking kitchen scales.
I feel like your dad being there would be an absolute celebrity because he could just, once he starts talking and hears this voice, all the dogs would be like, oh, It's Mr. Story. Let's go, go, go. You never know. If this would be an advantage for you, again, you've got £10 off the price for you, under £50. Do divide the cost as well. To get hold of yours, here's how you shop with only 5 minutes left. This is Shop Jug. Everything has that little code, shop something, Shop Jug, and away you go to get hold of yours. Didn't even mention, Ollie, about the tote bag.
Ah, yeah.
That is relevant to this show, right? I've got that right.
That's for the dogs.
That's for the
tote
dogs?
bags, yeah.
Right. If you're on the website, shopunlimitedlive.com, and you were ordering one of the sensory dogs, I know we've got the cats on the show, but there's one behind me here. I'm going to bring it forward. I know we're not just talking about it on this show right now, but if you're one of the first handful of people to order the dog, there's a tote bag coming your way as well.
Yeah, we've got had some tote bags made up with this dog's little face on it, with "I love dogs" and his face in the heart of the "I love dogs." And they've been really popular when we've been to shows with them.
What, just the tote bags or the dogs themselves? I mean, both.
Yeah.
So listen, I know we're not going to talk much about our golden pup here, Shop Golden, but if you're ordering this guy, and there's other shows talking all about it, the first handful of customers will also get a tote bag thrown in from you guys. So thank you ever so much for that. I'll leave him behind. But again, if you want to get hold of the golden retriever right now, then you can. If he's just turned off, which is why he's being so well behaved. Right, with only a couple of minutes left, we were just talking about the jug there. Can we go back to the button if that's okay? This is going to recap on all these, so get ready with your item numbers or your codes or on the website to make sure you're checking out, because we'll send you the link for the button to press checkout, and then it'll all be winging its way to you. The button is something I think people will be, because maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you want more than one set of jug and scales in your home. I certainly think if you've got the need for it, you'll want more than one talking clock.
Yeah. Yeah, so these can go in every room or any room, and they'll tell you the time.
The time is 4:38 p.m.
You've not got to search around a clock for a small button to press for the time. It will also tell you the date and the day of the week if we do 2 presses, so when I press it again, it'll tell me the time.
The time is 4:38 p.m.
And the second press will tell me the
Date is December 2nd, Monday.
the date and the day. We're really easy to set. We've got one button on the bottom, which is highlighted by this nice big white circle, and if we just press the button,
Set hour.
we then use the top button.
5 o'clock. P6 at 7 o'clock p.m. Set minute 39:40.
And we do the same with the date. So really nice and easy to set, and we make sure that we use that same program in our portable version in the Talking Time Pal as well. So if you can use one, you can use the other, just that 2-button operation. One tells you the time and the date, the other one helps you set it.
I think having one by the bed first and foremost. We've all woken up and tried to look at your mobile, and it's on a sensor to move it, and you're trying to have a look. One by the bedroom, I think one by your favourite chair could be there. Maybe you crafters, we get carried away in our own world doing our hobbies and things. Maybe one there by the front door, whatever you'd rather. But that is the shop button. With only a few minutes left, you said it's got like a little brother next to it, which is the shop key.
Yeah, we've got a talking keychain, or talking time pal we call it. This has got a tactile button on the front, and that does the same job as the main button on the talking button clock.
The time is 7:42 p.m. The date is December 2nd, Monday.
This one's got 3 alarms, so this is good for medication reminders. Battery's easy to remove from here. I won't do it now in case it jumps out, but easy to replace the batteries for somebody with a visual impairment there. That can be pushed out quite easily. It's not no screwdrivers needed or anything like that.
That could live in the car. Listen, the big button could live in the car if you want to, but I think that the size and versatility of that, living in the car, or on a bag, in a bag, on your keys, obviously hence why it's got the code shop key, or listen, in your pocket of your favourite coat when you're out and about. Ollie, we're out of time. Thank you ever so much. Flown by.
Thanks for having me.
I know we'll be seeing you again without a doubt. We thank Ollie and the team for all the special prices they're giving Shop Unlimited live. So if you've been typing in the comments, for example, Shop Key, Shop Light, Shop Jug, Shop Mittens and Cats and things like that, don't forget to go into your messenger, into your inbox and press check out. We've built the baskets for you already, you can still divide the cost interest-free. But I would strongly encourage you, of course, to follow Story & Sons on social media and check out their website of all the good work they do in their community. But as far as shopunlimitedlive.com goes, that's where you check out all of your baskets and we'll deliver it to ASAP. Whether it's for Christmas, whether it's another time of year as well, we'll pack up the cats and make a move. But Ollie, thank you so much. I know we'll see you ever so soon.
Thanks, Dan.
Thank you, mates. Right, I'm going to get some grooming, but make sure whatever you're after, now is the time to press check.